have to do share,
Okay.
copy, and then just paste it into Facebook as a link.
Okay.
I'm gonna reset the timer.
Not logged in.
Starting to freak out a little bit, but I think we're here.
Okay. Post. Post it. Okay.
We've got 4 viewers on YouTube. That's good news.
Alright, so in 4 minutes. Let's see.
Hey, Jason, will you join me? Hey.
Jason, hey.
What's up?
You got a haircut.
I did.
Looking
Nice to meet you.
good, sir. Mr.
Thanks.
Director. Look, candid.
What's up?
I love it.
We're about to go live.
This one,
you guys.
you're the nephew. Your hair has grown so much, Ethan. I love it. I love it.
I haven't cut it since last July.
Oh, and it just grows like that.
cut this since Can I, hey Jason, will you pop through here with me real quick? We're gonna go live, and let me just tell everybody what's gonna happen real quick, and then I'm gonna go live right here. Hey everybody, listen up. We're about to go live on YouTube, and so we just want you to mill about. Some of you will get tapped on the shoulder periodically by Delitha or me, or one of us will pull you over to an interview over here, just a brief live interview, and you may get tapped to go do a pre-recorded interview with Brian Gallion over there, but that's not live, that's just for archive. So for the moment, while we're going live, there is a camera in this room, so it's right there. Just be aware you're on camera, and then if we tap you for the live over here, we'll kind of cycle you through. We're going to start the movie at about 7:15, so because we have a little bit of live stuff to do, so feel free mill around, eat a brownie. And thanks for being here. What? You're being a big brothered for a moment.
Yeah, that's live.
Oh,
I don't want my personal information getting sold to the FBI.
I forgot to mention this, but if you are a cast or crew, please sign some posters while you're here.
Not really this way? What am I doing?
Yeah, come over here with me.
I'm not saying I won't.
What's in the shot? Where are we?
You're in this camera here.
Oh, cool.
Now you're full screen.
Where's the camera? There it is.
You want this?
Oh, cool. Cool. We're just going to invite everybody to just, hey, we're going to have several people come through and interview. And
The delay on that is extraordinary. So
it is.
Don't
watch.
Put much to it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're live?
Hello. We're live.
Hey, how's it going?
We're live on YouTube for the
Yeah.
first time ever.
Wow. Well, actually, kind of for the second because we were live for a few minutes there and didn't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So that's a different kind of
Yeah.
experience.
Whole different thing.
Hey, everybody. I'm Nathan D. Myers. I'm the director of Aria Appleton Shines, the feature film. And this is writer, producer, actor Jason Davidson, who is also in the film. And
Hello.
we're just here to invite you to stick around this evening as we celebrate behind over here our Aria Appleton Shines release. Aria Appleton Shines has been dropped to Prime Video, so you can go out. We're not going to show it to you tonight, but we are going to allow you to interact with and hear from several members of cast and crew, just to meet them, get to know them a little bit better. There are some actors that you may not know, and so we want you to know who they are. And Jason's going to do some of that interviewing tonight. I'm going to do a little bit of... Yeah, did I not tell you that?
I'm going to be doing some of the interviewing tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe some actors that you didn't know. And, during the movie here.
You'll be great. He'll be fine. So, and we want you to just stick around, enjoy our channel. If there's nothing going on right here, dig around on our channel. There's a few videos you can watch. If you get inspired by what you're seeing and experiencing tonight, go right over to Prime Video and rent or VOD Aria Appleton Shines. You just search ARIA and it'll pop up.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting confused by the answers, you're like, wow, that person seems like a great actor. You can take that next step right now. Just a couple clicks over, because you're watching this on your phone anyway. Just flip open the app. If you do like this number, it'll like minimize the YouTube, and then you can buy Prime while still talking to us.
It's a good point. So
Yeah.
You've done that before, apparently.
I don't like to talk about my spending habits, but I do know it's possible.
First and foremost, I want to thank Norman Ridgway tonight for all our IT help and helping us be online. Norman,
And for telling us we were live before we said something stupid.
and so Norman is a great friend of the studio, and a personal friend of many of ours. And so we want to thank you, Norman, for doing this for us. First, before we get to interviewing other people or talking to other people, I'm gonna interview Jason, because you guys might not know Jason Davidson, but Jason Davidson, you had several roles on this project. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you got involved?
Yeah.
And then what different roles did you fall into in that process?
Well, it was kind of a cascade. I remember you gave me the script that Delitha had worked on, and you gave it to me right before I made a trip. And I remember, I have a vivid memory of reading the script on the airplane, my wife sitting next to me, and you wanted me to give notes and markups on it, and I did, and I really enjoyed it, and I liked the script and everything, and I gave it back to you, and then I don't know, a couple days later it was, hey, great, thanks for the notes. Would you be interested in maybe helping on the next draft? And so then I got brought in that way, and I was very excited too. I love writing. It's my favorite of the various, disciplines. And so then I got brought on as a writer, and then a little bit of time goes on, and it's, hey, Jason, let's go work on the script. Do you maybe want to be a producer? Yeah, let's do it. I don't know, a week or two later. So there's this part in it that we kind of had you in mind for. Would you be willing to play it? Sure. Yeah, let's go. I think the only role in this that I personally really advocated for is I wanted to be in the editing room, because I believed so much in what we had made and how everything went. And you were gracious enough to let me be part of the three-headed editing monster. Myself, you, and the very talented Molly Reeder. And I mean, now that this thing is out, my hope is that somebody will pass us. But you, me, and Molly, I think, still hold the record for how many times we've watched this thing.
Oh, I know that's got to be true.
Yeah.
Molly holds a high rank in that department for sure. What's interesting about that, though, is you would think, they would think too, that if you're making a movie, you're writing it, you're directing it, you're putting it together, and especially if you sit and edit it like we did for about a year, that you might hate it by now.
Mm-hmm.
The truth is I sat down and watched it several times the last few weeks preparing for the launch to Prime Video, and I still sit and giggle and laugh and belly laugh sometimes through the film, and I can sit and watch it and thoroughly enjoy it, which is really saying a whole lot, because, and I think it's the hope that you can write something, you can create something that you don't feel tortured by. You don't feel like, oh, it's terrible, I can't stand to look at it. What a train wreck. I have the exact opposite feeling about this project.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting and watching it, I feel so exhilarated and joyful and proud that it has come to be, you know.
And if you've never done it, the fun thing about editing is the first couple months of that process, we would not have said the same things about it being enjoyable to watch, because it is a process, ladies and gentlemen.
It's very true.
And I'm very proud of what we put together. It's very watchable, it's memorable, it's fun, it's funny.
It is.
So I like it.
Speaking of fun and funny, if you're wondering about our unique choice of decor and in the background.
Can you tell me more about this unique core and in the background?
Yes, I probably can. Now, unfortunately, I cannot tell you about the incredible artist who made this quilt, but I can say that if you find this curious or quirky or strange, that we might hang this up as a backdrop. You might also notice that we have some quilts hanging up back in the background of our party here.
And for only $59.99 in your shipping address. Are we selling the quilts?
No.
Okay,
no.
my bad.
They're not for sale.
I misread the situation.
The quilts just represent a moment in Aria Appleton Shines that you may have to go rent or buy to go check out. But in the movie, we have.
I directed that scene.
He probably did. I'm in that scene, so he probably directed it. And but yeah, there's a big moment that I find particularly funny. Most people who watch the movie find it to be a very memorable kind of memory point that sticks with them features several quilts. And so we are featuring them tonight here as part of our Battlefield Family Tribal Gathering, which we're having here at Blank Studios. So anyway, that's a little explanation on the quilts.
Yeah.
But and in the
Now,
back,
what about this? Can you speak at all about
Yes.
the fake plants here?
this is just that's what I was going to say. It's a fake. It is a fake shrubbery wall, and this fake shrubbery wall has absolutely nothing to do with the
Yes,
movie.
but what does it represent?
It represents the falseness
Right.
of the ego
Right.
and people who are full of themselves.
Right. I was thinking that it really spoke to the denial of trust and victory. You know, I don't know what that means. It's just those are the first three words that like
It's
just
good.
came into my mouth.
It's
And so
rich.
I put them out there, and that's how you write.
It's rich.
That's why you edit.
If you're just tuning in to us, I'm Nathan D. Myers. This is Jason Davidson. I am the writer-director of Aria Appleton Shines, the feature film, which is now available at Prime Video. And Jason Davidson is a writer, producer, actor on this project, and editor, technically, I suppose.
Technically, yeah.
And
I didn't take a credit for it, but I was there.
Yeah. And so we're going to have several people kind of
Yeah.
come on screen tonight, and Jason's going to help interview a few
Mm-hmm.
people. And if we have a little lull here, we will remain online. And so just keep coming and going. You'll be able to see the party in the background.
Yeah.
And then in a little while, when we do our screening, you should be able to also see some audience reactions, because we're going to have an audience cam while we
Yeah.
watch the movie. And that'll be kind of fun. So if you want to watch people watch a movie like you watch people play video games on Twitch, then you could do that here with us.
I thought I would hate that more than I do, but every
Right.
now and again, those feeds are pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna take a brief break, and we're gonna get another
Yeah.
a member of cast and crew over here to talk to you.
Can we do one more reset?
Sure.
Hi, if you're just joining us, I'm Jason Davidson, one of the writer, actor, producers on the film, and this is Nathan D. Myers, the director of Aria Appleton Shines. And we're here at the screening tonight, and as the evening goes on, I don't know if that bit's worth continuing. I'm going to let it go.
I was with you. You're fully committed. I'm with you. So thanks for being here. Thanks for tuning in, and hang out here with Jason for about 30 seconds. And I'm going to send somebody over here to chat with you.
Cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. So I got to kill 30 seconds.
Someone
And
was like,
what's
hey,
that?
I really like your...
Hi there.
feeling
Oh,
it?
okay.
Okay,
Pause
fine,
on
your
that.
turn, your turn.
Yay. Thank you.
That didn't take nearly as long as I was expecting.
Hello.
Sarah Hughes, how are
Jason
you? You gotta
Davidson.
stand
Is this
here.
our space? Is this our red carpet?
It absolutely is. Now,
Hi.
hello. That's
This
the
is
camera right there.
so
I lost it.
exciting.
Yeah, and we got a little monitor right there if you want to
I
see
know.
sort of where
Hey,
you're.
there we
where
are.
you're sitting there.
I love it.
The
What a
delay
cool
on it
setup.
is upsetting, so don't pay a whole lot of attention to it.
I
It'll
will
throw you
not.
off. Like, have you ever sang the national anthem at a live sporting event?
Yes.
So you know how they tell you don't
Just-
listen because there's a delay. Like keep it in your. Same deal.
Keep
don't
it here.
watch.
I'm not looking.
Yeah, keep it
I'm just not going to
present.
go. I'm
Keep
just
it
going to be
present.
right here. There's nobody. It's just you
Yeah.
and me.
How did that go, by the way? The national anthem.
Oh, well.
A group or solo?
Yes.
or-
Well, so my sister and my brother and I grew up in a family singing group
Sure.
called
sure.
J Mac and his Kids. So
Sure,
that's my dad's
yeah.
wild name, right? And so we still, it's so great when you grow up singing together, much like the Battlefield family in
Aria Appleton
Shines.
Available right now to rent or buy on Prime Video.
Go now. Wait, buy now. What do we say?
Rent now? It doesn't matter.
Do it.
Do something.
Yes. So we grew up singing together, and we
Mm-hmm.
can still just jump into like a beautiful 3-part.
Well, yeah, you
And our
had your whole
voices
life
blend.
developing your voices in relation to each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're kind of made of the same stuff,
Mhm.
but it really is that working together. I mean, we are made of the same stuff. We're all
Yeah.
blood siblings, but it is kind of funny because
Yeah.
it is like the family in Aria Appleton Shines that they sing together, and it's just
Yeah.
important.
Fun fact, quick aside, awkward story. I was in a show in Nashville,
favorite.
and because of the magic of somebody dropping out and recasting, like heading towards the live performance, there were two people in it, a boy and a girl, who were not kissy romantic, but they were certainly supposed to kind of be.
Okay.
But because of casting, they were brother and sister.
Oh, got
and
it.
they could crush those harmonies because they've grown up singing together.
Oh, see.
But in the back of your mind, if you know what's what, you're still watching going,
Can't do it. Can't do it. Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah.
You just gotta,
Yeah.
as the audience, but you couldn't.
Yeah, but all right. But getting back on
Anyway.
topic here, again for the, I'm supposed to keep doing this. I'm Jason Davidson, one of the writer, actor, producers on the film, and who am I standing next to?
This is Sarah Slaughter Hughes.
And can you tell me what your role on the film was?
I got to play the role of Christy Appleton.
Okay. Now, who is Christy Appleton?
Christy Appleton is the mother of Aria Appleton.
As in Aria Appleton shines?
The one that wants to shine like the sun. And Christy is such a special role to me. Oh, I'm gonna start crying because she was just doing her best, but she didn't have a good example. And so she was just this mom who was trying to stay busy and getting attention from other people and very focused on her own track and not pausing and seeing her child that was in front of her. And so because of that, Aria starts getting into some trouble.
Yeah.
And Christy gets into her own trouble, and it's all good-natured, but so it's not that she's a mean person. She's just trying.
She just lost sight.
She needs some intervention with people who care.
Now, I have another question, but I want to hit this while we're on the subject. Isn't one of your daughters in this film?
She is.
Ah.
She is, and she was the baby of the family.
Could crush the
Not
Latin,
of Christy
though.
Appleton's family,
Yeah, of
but
yours.
of the neighborhood, the people that are across the street, the Battlefield family,
Yeah.
right? And so it was awesome getting to be on set with her because we were not in scenes together. So she got to hang out while I was working, and then I got to hang out while she was working. And
Editing that scene where she does the Latin song, that quick little
in
song
Latin,
in Latin.
yes.
I've heard that a million times. I couldn't do it. I never could do it. Wireless, I couldn't track it. I couldn't process it. And I'm
So
watching this
funny.
little 4-year-old just
She was
dead
man.
solid, perfect every time.
Well, that's what homeschool will do for you,
Yeah.
and just so you know, when you learn something to a song or to a melody, it's memorized.
I've heard
like,
this.
Can't you do the 50 nifty United States because you have it
50
memorized
nifty
from when you were
United States
little,
from
right?
13 original colonies.
That's right. That's right.
That's all I remember, but it's got a good beat. and dance to
you
it.
could probably remember more because that's how it works. So
It wouldn't take long.
We all still remember that Latin song.
I still know every word to Weird Al's Amish Paradise.
See, for example.
Yeah.
Now imagine if you had learned history facts also in that.
I have a degree in history. I'm allowed to listen to Weird
See,
Al.
there you go.
You can skip that.
You are.
Okay, so back on task here. You and I can do this for hours.
I know it.
Tell me how you came to be in this project.
Well, it is a crazy story. So Nathan and Delitha
Yes.
and I met, at this point, it was a while back, doing live musical theater at
Sure.
our local incredible regional equity theater, which is Casa Manana
Yep.
here in Fort Worth. And we got to be, Delitha and I got to be part of the last few years of the actor residency sort of program or whatever, where there were 4 of us who got to be in all of the shows.
Right.
And so we brought in tons of other people for all of these different musicals. It was awesome. She was the ingenue, which is the leading, young, beautiful gal, and I was the wacky.
Yeah. She plays a very. Who is she in Cinderella? Every time.
Well, she has been several
She's done
characters.
everything.
She's all over the place, but she's played
I saw her
Cinderella.
in something where she played a very disaffected diva,
Oh,
and it was magic. I mean, she was like pitching her own song,
I
like
love it.
marking it as she was.
We're gonna have to get her to do
it's
that later.
fantastic.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So we didn't see each other for a long while.
Yes.
And as Delitha was writing this script, and it was in its infancy, I'm not sure if this is true, but I think it might be. Part of the role of Christy Appleton, just part of writing that in, she was sort of envisioning my wacky Muppet way of
far as I
developing
know,
characters.
That is absolutely true.
Is it accurate?
I
Or at
know
some point
that
in the process.
I know that when I came on, it was pre-casting, but a lot of the parts there was this is who we're going to first. This is who we
Okay,
had in
right.
mind. We're not going to stunt cast if they're not right for the part. We're just not going to tell them they were the leading candidate and we're going to go the right direction. But absolutely.
I still definitely needed to audition.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
here's the
Christy Appleton, you were the one we hoped would be able to do what you did,
So
and you did.
They didn't know that I was living here again.
Yeah.
I had moved a couple of different places, and we had been living in Abilene for a number of years, Abilene, Texas, and had just moved back. And I mean, it's just wild
That's
because all of a
outstanding.
sudden we're trying out our neighborhood church, right? Which is not Nathan and Delitha's neighborhood church. It was sort of across town. But there we were.
Yeah.
I'm standing there singing and worship, and I hear this beautiful voice behind me, and I turn, and she turns, and we realize we hadn't seen each other in years,
Right.
Jason. I mean, it had been at least 5, 6, 7 years. We just hadn't.
That's
And
outstanding.
Instagram isn't what it is these days. You know how everybody knows where everybody is.
Sure.
So we really just turned and we went, oh. And then Delitha turned and looked at Nathan because they knew that they had been working on, that y'all had been working
Yeah.
on Aria Appleton.
I may not have been in yet, but
Oh,
yeah, no, they
okay.
absolutely. Christy
not
Appleton at her genesis.
The genesis
You
of
were
Christy
you were
Appleton.
in the DNA.
We need
Yeah.
a music cue right there.
Yeah.
So in post, put a little music cue in there.
This is
Genesis.
live. There's not really going to be post.
Oh, we're
Here, do it again.
the genesis of Christy Appleton. Just like that, yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
in that time, isn't that wild though? Because she didn't know that I was here.
Yeah.
They were actually getting ready for audition phase. And then all of a sudden, is he
Norman's
laughing at
making
me?
fun of me.
Yes.
Woo!
Oh, I thought he was making fun of me. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Uh-huh.
I know you know. Yep. So after
Yeah.
church, she's like, we need to talk. And I was like, yes, we need to talk, of
Yeah,
course.
and you think it's just going to be
But she
shoot the
had an
breeze.
agenda, in talking to me. So they're in the parking lot with
What are you
my
doing for the next
little
4
kids
months?
doing this, and Aurora,
Yeah.
who never did run around. She was always well behaved, right? So, yep. And she says, so we're written a movie, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like I knew they did some film, but my major experience with them had been the live theater side of things, and
Yeah,
so
a
of
lot of it,
course,
too.
and they had been doing film for quite some time. I just wasn't a part of that part of their story,
were in
although
Austin.
I was in film as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, it just all came together. It was so
That's great.
cool when everything comes together, and then getting to watch you guys on set day after day, shooting day after day in different locations. And I'll never forget how y'all were just prayerful through the experience. You know, how are you going to do this? Well, we have a lot of plans, but this, and this might change.
Yeah.
Really? And I know that happens in the film industry, but
Right.
the way that you guys walked, like with confidence and belief in each other,
Well,
starting to
thank
cry a
you.
little bit. It was awesome
Thank
to
you for saying
experience, and
that.
for my daughter to get to see that happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to even though she was little, she still got to experience that community. She was so little curly red hairs.
Quite wee, yeah.
She's 16 now.
Killer at
What?
Latin. I don't.
I know it. She's so
Okay, so let's go with another question here
big. Do it.
while we're going. You kind of hinted on this a little bit. I'm going to ask you this in two ways.
I'm ready.
First one is, in terms of the final product, what's your favorite scene with you? What's your favorite thing with you?
With me,
Yeah. This is not a time for modesty.
I'm really thinking
I've watched
about
how
it,
good you are in this
know.
show.
Oh, thank you. Well, editing is
And whoever
a major part of
whoever
who is good
wrote
in a movie.
lot of your lines is so good
Is that
at what they do.
you stepping
What
on
was that? Did I do those?
What?
What?
Wow, the script is it's so wonderful, and really getting
The
to
script
watch it
was written very collaboratively.
collaboratively.
there it is.
Collaboratively.
And I'm a
It's
writer.
okay. We'll fix that in post.
Yeah, so your favorite scene
you know
involving
what?
you.
The most favorite scene to shoot. Well, actually, every scene.
Oh,
was
no,
so
no,
much
no. We're
fun
going
in
to do
every way.
behind the scenes in a
Okay,
minute.
okay.
We're watching the final product.
Okay.
It's on screen. What's your favorite scene?
Really, when Christy is telling Aria that she has earned the bonus with her work from
Yeah.
her company to get to go on a 2-week cruise. And so
See,
the
it's so
script was
funny.
wonderful. So we did the script, and all of the script sounds very improvised because it's so
Yeah.
like wacky and fun. But then you guys just kept going, and you said, "Well, just keep going, Sarah."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Wait, what?" And they're like, "Yeah, just keep going, just riff."
Yeah.
And so, with Aria across the table looking at her mom going, "Oh my goodness," and then
Yeah.
me being all in the zone and getting to
Oh, yeah.
just come up with ridiculous. It was such a fun and safe. As an actor,
Yeah.
we need to feel safe that even if we do something that's a little silly, that
Yeah.
they're going to
Well-
work with it, and you guys provided that. So.
Yeah. I always like to tell actors, I'll tell you when you get too big. You know?
Yes, put it out there in the
And,
world. That's right. That's right.
And let me also say, like, it's kind of a cheat for, and again, I'm making jokes here, but for real, the script was written by several of us.
Because it kept getting funnier and funnier.
It's a cheat for filmmakers to get talented actors who can improvise, because it makes the written script look better. It makes the director look better. It makes the editing look better.
Absolutely.
And so, you're thanking us, but we're thanking you, because you're a cheat code. Christy,
excellent.
you as Christy Appleton was a cheat code. Just
that's a
stick
really...
the camera, get to the end of the lines, and tell her we're still rolling. And then that's probably what we're going to end up using.
Well, and the way that you guys edited it together made me look, I think, pretty funny, because
you were very
But
funny.
that's why it's a collaborative thing. There's nobody on a set that's just there and spacing out. Everybody's energy is always working together.
Well, I'll tell you my favorite set memory of you.
What is that?
It's one of the scenes at the very, very end where you found your way back and you go to meet with Aria and sort of put it all on the table.
Yes.
But what I remember about it was, if I'm not mistaken, you had not been with us for a while, because you'd sort of wrapped the other things that you had shot, and so there was a bit of a gap coming into that scene.
Yes.
And there really was kind of a sort of a returning vibe to your energy, but then it was so honest and vulnerable and a little teary, for everybody involved. And so I really enjoy. I have a very good, strong memory of you in that moment.
Really?
Yeah, and the way you worked that phone in the coffee shop scene with Aria, like a champ.
I did have big old nails on. Well,
Yeah.
compared to today's nails that are, 9 inches long.
Right.
But yeah, we, you know what, that scene was, and to watch that scene that you're talking about in the kitchen.
Yeah,
right.
in the kitchen.
It's not a home kitchen. It was a kitchen at a church or a facility or something like that.
And we might have given those lines to you late. Did we give those lines to you?
I think so. It
Kind
was
of right,
like,
like the
here.
day before, yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah.
And so maybe that was part of why there was a lot of sincerity. But it was the writing and it was the story, and knowing that this wacky woman, when you play a wacky character, you have to have empathy and love for the character. Otherwise, it's just silly.
It's just, it's one-dimensional.
But what you guys created
entirely-
was not just a one-dimensional character or a two-dimensional character. Like, you created a fully fleshed woman who's just trying, but chaos is her story. I can relate to it. So I do have compassion and empathy for her. What's happening over there?
Oh,
Is Nathan
I'm
saying
looking
we're
at.
done? No, we're just getting
I was
started.
looking at Nathan Lurkin, see if he had a line
Lurkin'
going.
Nathan.
Because I can talk to you forever, but I didn't know if he
What?
was. Hi, if you're just joining us, this is Nathan D. Myers, the director of Aria Appleton
Yes, it
Shines.
is.
I'm Jason Davidson, one of the writer-actor-producers. And this here is Sarah Slaughter-Hughes,
Hello.
who played Christy Appleton. We're all a part of Aria Appleton Shines, which is available now on Prime Video to rent or to buy or to give as a gift. Or, any way, you want to,
Go
give
get
us
it. Listen.
spins.
It is
Make it happen.
beautiful. The pace, it moves at this lightning pace that is so indicative of the way that these teenagers experience the world. Go, 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 and their mind going in 1,000 different directions.
Yeah.
But the story and all the subplots working all together, you guys, it's so good to get to watch it all. I watched it the other day, and I cried and cried. Because, it's not supposed to make you cry necessarily, but I'm a softie, and I love these guys, so, I cried.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it, and don't necessarily pirate the film, but if you do and it causes you to buy your own copy and get other friends to buy it, then
Just watch it, okay, guys?
I mean-
and the original music is so
Actually, yeah, the
so
original music is
fantastic.
really good.
The title song,
all of it,
it's stuck in my head all the time, and it never gets annoying. That
all of
says a
it,
lot.
written by Nathan D. Myers, Delitha Myers, and produced by Joe Burden. I will not claim an inch of ground on the music. That is not a talent that
You
I
are
have, but the
good.
people involved
You were the support.
it is fantastic
It
music.
is
It really
so
is.
beautiful, and the huge horns, the big production value, and then visual of
Yeah.
the music. All
Well,
the
and
different
then
instruments. The production value on screen is just. I think it's a classic. I really do.
Yeah, and
There's so many.
what I like about it too is not the big ones. I like that the small songs are also all wrapped up with harmonies and sweetness. The breakfast song, when Aria is having breakfast with the Battlefields for the first time, they sing this sweet little breakfast prayer song, and it's been in my head since we edited it. It doesn't leave. It lives there.
Stuck in my head
Whenever I
now.
need it.
Rent free.
Rent free. It can
You're
pop
welcome.
up.
Speaking of rent free, here's Paulie Kilgore.
Speaking of rent-free.
Rent free. Is she crashing at your place again?
That was the segue of all segues.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Thanks for having me, chat.
Absolutely,
Love you guys. Watch
chat.
the show. What?
Yeah,
Not a-
both
not a
people
chat?
watching. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, see you later.
Okay. Hi,
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How
All
are
right.
you doing?
Well, I'm doing great. Here we go, because I love doing the resets here for all the many people watching. I'm Jason Davidson. I'm a writer, producer, actor on Aria Appleton Shines. And I am now standing with...
Paulie Kilgore. Paulie Kilgore.
Okay.
Honestly,
And Paulie Kilgore, what role did you play in the creation of Aria Appleton Shines?
I played Principal Cartwright.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
With my hair was darker then. It was made a few years ago. Am I holding this okay?
Yeah, you're doing great.
And I had a unibrow. That was my favorite part of my character.
Norm gave me a look, so we might
Okay.
need to adjust that
Okay.
mic a little bit. Is that
Is this better?
Okay, good.
Awesome. I had a unibrow, and it was my favorite part of my character.
When we wrote the part, it was written with a unibrow.
And a mustache.
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad you cut the mustache.
Did we cut the? Yeah, we did cut the mustache out. Yeah.
Yep.
Aria in earlier drafts was maybe a little more mean-spirited than she ended up being,
Oh.
which is good.
Yeah.
Which was the right
Yeah.
choice.
Yes, absolutely.
Were you also not a dog wrangler?
Oh,
on this film?
Yes, because I used to train police dogs, so I can do dogs.
When does your doggy make a little appearance?
When the dog is, there might be dog poo.
It's why we have a hard PG.
Actually, that's one of my favorite stories
Yeah.
because the dog poo got left behind at the studio.
Yeah.
And we were fixing to shoot, and it was about 40 minutes back to the studio, so there was no way to drive back, get the dog poo. So I was commissioned
Yeah.
to make dog poo, and I did.
Yeah.
And I didn't squeeze a single dog. I
For the
promise.
record, we're talking about fake.
Oh, I'm going to
dog
get to
poo.
that. I'm going to get
For
to
the
that.
record.
So I was sent to the store.
Our art director did a killer job, and then we just, didn't have it.
I was sent to the store to bring something back that would resemble dog poo. So I know I got brownies,
I think it was brownies.
and I think I
It
got
was
granola
molded
bars.
brownies.
I think I got some kind
Yeah.
of granola bars to mix in to make it look like dog poo.
Yeah. I think we can move on from the terminology. a
Oh,
little bit.
darn. That's my favorite part.
Yeah. Continue along.
What am I supposed to continue with?
Well, I don't know. I was just going to go with your dog does the cameo across the screen, and you were walking the dog.
I'd forgotten that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes.
Your dog is allegedly the culprit,
Yes.
and we don't see it happen because we're not that hard of a
because
PG.
it wasn't real.
But you walk across the scene with your dog, but because she plays Principal Cartwright, you only see her knees and lower, because it'd be really kind of meta if Principal Cartwright was walking around in the park. There's
Yeah.
no real reason for that. And the contract we had her on, if she would have said one more line, we would have had to pay her more money. So
Yeah.
that wasn't going to happen. Let me ask you a question here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Have you seen the final film yet?
I have not seen the
Okay.
latest incarnation. I knew I could have,
Sure.
but I waited till tonight
tonight
because
for
I
the
want
screening.
to see it with fresh eyes. So I haven't seen
Well-
it since the last couple of premieres.
Let me give you a softball then.
Okay.
Is there any particular memory from the filming that stands out to you, something that you really enjoyed that's stuck with you?
Sorry. All of it.
You-
It's a
Yeah.
it's a good film and good people.
Yeah.
Good people who made it. And I'm just grateful to have been part of it. And I hope people watch it. Buy it, rent it, whatever you have to do. Sneak into a friend's house in the middle of the night if they bought it. I don't
Yeah.
care. It's that good. It really is good. It reminds me of old school Disney, where films had a heart and a message, and it has a heart and a great message. So if you know any children, if you know any families, if you know people, just
Yeah.
rent it and make them watch it. Just force them. I'm just kidding. But no, it's that good. It really is a good movie with, and it's an indie film. It looks good. It's got
Looks real
great.
good.
It really does.
Very good
And,
production value.
that was my word. I was fixing
Yeah.
to say it has good production value. You stole my word. Anyway.
That's what I do.
Yeah, right. So, but for an independent film that was done on a shoestring budget, it's really good.
Yeah. Well, and thank you for that emotion there. I love how much you care about it. How
I do.
It was a very sweet moment. You had a difficult part because you play one of the few antagonists in the film. And later on you have some very funny parts, but your role at the beginning as the antagonist really is to put the barriers, to set the obstacles in front of Aria that she has to ultimately overcome. And that's tricky to do in a comedy. And I know I would be telling you the truth that there were many a times during editing when we were talking that Nathan and I thought you navigated that so very well.
Wow.
We thought, wow, Principal Cartwright was exactly what we needed, the way that you played
Wow.
it. You did a
Thank
very good
you.
job. Thank you.
Should we tell people, like all the millions of people watching, how?
Hi, this is
there are millions of people watching.
there are millions of people watching. Oddly enough, they're all in Slovenia. I'm not sure how that worked, but it did.
But how I got onto the film was Nathan and I were on a different film, and he was just the art director on that film, and he told me he was
Not even all that good at it.
right. I mean,
Romania.
Romania's where
Romania.
we're on? Okay, I'm
Nice.
sorry.
Hello, Romania.
Apologies to Slovenia. We are actually on in Romania. My bad. Anka, if you're watching, hope you and Eric are doing well.
anyway, so Nathan asked me if I could sing, and I told him the truth, that I have 3 incredible notes. It's true,
It's true.
And-
I think we used 2 of the 3
right?
in the soundtrack.
And but my hair was dark, like I said, which was kind of important for the unibrow. But Nathan asked me if I were available, and I was like, yeah, okay, fine. I don't know what I said, but it was right after Christmas, and I had on a winter sweater.
It might have been a Christmas sweater.
It-
I always said it was a Christmas penguin sweater. I remember a penguin.
It was a penguin in snow. It was not a Christmas sweater because I
Okay.
could wear it in January. That was the deal.
But the thing is about the sweater is I saw her and I went, oh, she would be awesome as Principal Cartwright, and just landed on me that night. And so that's what they say about it's all about who you know. But if you're on a movie set doing one thing and somebody, she didn't know that the art director was also directing a feature that was currently casting at that time. So ended up working out as a pretty cool opportunity for all of us, a win-win all the way around. And so we ended up with not her penguin sweater, but we ended up with Polly as our Principal Cartwright. She does a hilarious, fabulous job. So,
Thank you.
and your unibrow will live on forever.
I know, man. That was so fun. I am glad that the mustache disappeared, though.
Yeah, we didn't need that part. We didn't need the mustache. You know who we do need, though? Stephen Newton is here, so let's get him in here. And Polly, you are lovely and beautiful. I'm going to bring Stephen in here. Polly, wait.
I didn't do it.
I love you, and I'm
Thank
thankful
you.
for your work on the movie, and just hope you have a blast
Anytime I
tonight.
watch
Thanks
the
for
film,
I'm
you're
jumping on
always,
screen
I'm like,
with us.
thank
Yes,
goodness.
I love you.
Love you too.
I often remember almost dying.
Having to I remember that was full speed to run. Actually have to chase you down. It was a good time.
So I'm here with Stephen Newton. Stephen Newton plays
Where's our?
Ty. That's
Is this
your
where we're looking
camera.
up here?
There it is.
Sweet.
And
What's up, YouTube, and then live everywhere else?
Yeah, in Romania.
Romania.
And some other places. But Stephen Newton plays Ty in the movie, and Stephen, I met you when you were a little smaller.
A
little smaller,
maybe like
and
down here.
Since post-production and festival season for a few years and things, Stephen has grown up, and it's kind of what happens when you shoot a kids movie. But where are you today? What are you working on?
So right now I am currently doing Joseph over at Dallas Theater Center, playing Benjamin. And then when I'm not here, back here in Texas, I'm going to school at Shenandoah University in Virginia to get my minor in dance, my major in musical theater, and I'm getting my master's all at the same time in arts management. So
That's excellent.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Mm-hmm.
How do people connect with Joseph? And it's Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Yes.
And how do they get tickets?
Get tickets, go online to DallasTheaterCenter.com. There's going to be a link up at the top for tickets. Go on in there. We've got lots of shows. We run till mid-July. Absolutely come out and see us. We have a fantastic production. I've never worked with a cast that has been this close and connected, and I think that really comes out on stage. So definitely, if you've got time, if you're in the area, come check us out. Unless you're in Romania, then, I mean, you could fly out and see us, but, do what you have to.
It's interesting because you didn't get to do a whole lot of, you did a little bit of dancing in the 15-minute sequence, for our movie, but if you've never seen this guy sing and dance on stage in a big production like that, you ought to go check it out.
Check it out. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. I do flips, do turns, all the things.
That's incredible, man. Well, we had a blast working with you on the film. The film has screened very little in the festival space, but where it has screened and we've had live audiences to actually take it in.
Oh, sweet.
You are a favorite in the film.
No way.
Always. And people always comment back to me, who is that little guy that is in there? Because he is hysterical. And so we appreciate everything you brought to the movie when you did it.
Just brought
And
myself.
I know
That's all I could do.
I know for you guys, it feels like a little ways back, but for us, it's right now. The movie's just now achieved its distribution, and it's going out to the world. So a lot has probably transpired in your worlds since you shot it. But I know that as you get out and you get to kind of share it around and share it with people, you're gonna hear it that people really love you in the movie.
Sweet.
And
Can't wait.
yeah, it's so fun. So if you want to see a slightly younger version
Just a little bit.
of Steven in our movie playing Ty, he's so funny. What's something you remember about playing that character when that sticks out to you? What's
Just like a scene or a characteristic? What do you mean? What kind of context?
Let's do scene. What's a scene you recall?
Something I've been telling a lot of people. Do you remember the day we filmed in the tree?
Yep.
And I was just like, what if it'd be funny if I just fell out of the tree and just slid off? And y'all were like, you really want to do that? And I was like, yeah, just catch me. Just sure thing. Let's try it. Let's go for it. I love
no
that. I
problem.
tell people, that's an actual tree. That's not low to the ground. That was 15,
Yeah.
20 feet up?
Well, when you were as tall as you were at the time,
It probably seemed a little bit
that
bigger
way.
than that.
So those of us looking at it as adults, we were probably looking at it going, that's not going to kill him. I think he could survive that. And he's young. He'll bounce,
Absolutely.
And it actually, we actually just foleyed that. We decided that showing it wasn't as funny as hearing it.
Right.
And so, we hear you fall out of the tree, and then you hear the, And so, but man, thanks for being here tonight.
Absolutely.
Thanks for and congrats on everything you've got going on.
Thanks.
And we wish you the best out there in the universe. So
Awesome.
And
Can't wait to see what else this movie's got in store.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited. We're about to kick off an actual screening, and so you and I are going to descend over there, and Jason's going to take this mic.
Boom, there you are.
Well, before you do, I just want to tell one quick little anecdote
Please.
about Stephen here when you watch the film. There is, am I on frame? Where I be?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go. One little quick anecdote. There's a scene towards the end of the movie where I chase him around in a field, and it's important to me that you guys know it was 96 degrees. I was really wearing that suit. I was running as fast as I could, and it's maybe the worst I felt in my life after we did 4 straight takes
We did do a few
of me
takes of
chasing
those.
him as fast as I possibly could. And I think when I maybe don't live as long as I was supposed to, it's going to be because of that scene.
Understood.
Lopped a couple years off.
We should try it again.
Yeah.
Try another race sometime soon.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
I'm sure we
Well, the
both
camera's
slowed
rolling.
down a little
I'm
bit
sure
since then.
I'm sure that'll go real well. All right. Hey, get in there for your screening.
Understood. We'll do.
Yeah.
Hand that off.
All right. I guess since I got the blue mic first, it's the one I feel the most comfortable with, so I'm gonna hang on to it for the time being. I'll tell you what, we're about to get the screening going, so we're gonna step away. We're gonna keep the feed going for you. But for a minute or so here, you're just going to be sort of here in the background as we get the screening going. And then I will be back, and we're going to bring some more people forward to talk about their experiences on Aria Appleton Shines. And we'll be back with you in just a little bit. Keep watching. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of start it a little bit, let you guys introduce yourselves, but then I'm going to give you two the mics and throw at each other just how did you get on the film, share your favorite experience working with, me, what was your favorite moment filming, what you remember most from it. Okay. Something along those lines. Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay. So why don't you take that one?
Where are we? Oh, we're live?
Yeah, we're up there. I'm waiting for the signal that we're live on audio. Okay, we're good. Hello, we're back again. I'm Jason Davidson, one of the writer-producers on the film. I know at this point you've probably heard me say that 100 times, but in my mind it's now a bit, and I love it, and I'm gonna keep doing it. But I have two of our wonderful actresses from the film. I'm standing here with, I'm out of frame.
Oh, uh-oh. Everybody.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Does this work
Nice.
better like this? How about this? Is this good?
Is this good?
Are we
Yeah.
in? Oh.
Okay. Yeah, try not to pay attention to the delay. It'll
I'm
really
watching.
it'll
Like,
really
what are we
get you.
doing?
Okay, so I'm standing here with
McKenna Meacham. McKenna Meacham, I played Ruth Battlefield.
and
Christine Gallion. I played Naomi Battlefield.
okay, and since we have two of them and they're a lot more interesting than I am, I'm going to turn my microphone over to McKenna and let them run away with this.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
What are you doing here?
I don't know, just watching movies, talking to people. What are you doing?
Oh, I was just like watching this one movie I was in.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's been a long time. But
Were
we're
you
still
in
here.
this movie?
I think so. I mean, I
Oh.
remember you. Were you
Oh,
in it as
yeah.
well?
I think I played your sister.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think so.
Right. So, sister,
Yeah, girl.
what was your favorite part of filming this movie? Or favorite, I don't know, scene, memory, whatever?
I have to say, if I'm being honest,
Okay.
my number one favorite thing was meeting you and becoming such good friends.
Stop.
I mean, I'm serious. But also, I don't know, there's so many memories. Do you remember when we filmed the tribal scene?
Yes.
That was my favorite one. I think
That one was amazing.
it was really fun.
And
Just
the-
singing.
This little light of mine.
This little light of mine. I know. It was so
Oh,
cute.
it's fun. I think mine is either like the dream sequences.
Oh, that's right. And our little
Yeah,
costumes.
or like the painting one is one
Oh,
of my
that was right,
favorites, where
yeah.
we're like in the stairwell like singing
Oh,
and
so many
whatever.
good memories.
Or when we were shooting like in the house and we were in our
Yes,
in our
yes.
jammies
Oh,
and it
that's
was
right,
like
the breakfast
a
scene.
sleepover. Yeah.
Do you remember the eggs? I remember just watching the eggs just like sit out and sit out and sit out and
ew,
sit out.
ew. I don't remember that. I blocked it.
You blocked it out. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
What a pleasure it is to be here today.
I know,
This is so
literally,
special.
like, I'm so happy to be with you right
I
now.
know, me too. Hey, girl.
We're actual sisters,
We
y'all.
really are sisters.
For
yes,
real.
Yes.
In heart and spirit and mind.
Forever and always. This is my sis.
Oh, what else can we talk about?
I don't
I feel like
know.
we've been left to our own
I
devices.
know.
I'm
It's
kind
okay. We're professionals.
of nervous. Yeah. Well,
Well,
that's what
thank
they
you
say.
to Litha and Nathan for putting this on.
Totally. Oh yeah, this
What
has
a
been
production.
so fun.
What is it, 10 years of this?
Yeah,
I
and we've
mean-
been eating like salami
And cheeses. We've been treated so well
Yeah,
here.
it's been fun.
Yeah,
So,
it's been really fun.
be jealous that you're not here with us.
Be very jealous.
But you can absolutely join the fun.
Yes.
By getting on Amazon
Purchase,
and
watch it,
buying the movie,
baby.
or you can rent it if you're just not sure about
or
the
you can,
commitment.
you can get the
know?
soundtrack, right? The
You can
soundtrack's
get the
available too.
soundtrack.
Oh, here you go.
We're getting cut off.
Oh.
They're
And that's
firing
it.
us.
That's it, folks.
Hey, I'm Jason Davidson. I'm one of the writer-producers on the film here of Aria Appleton Shines. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah.
How did that go? How was your experience?
I mean, I think we were better than you.
I have
Yeah.
zero doubt that that is true. I would bet. I would also put a lot of money on
Yeah.
that being.
Oh yeah, you
What
can put it
happened
right
here?
here
Well,
if you want. Yeah,
all right,
I did it.
well, look. Here's the thing. Them's the breaks. You play by the rules, and sometimes they get you.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, thank you. My wife would be very angry at me. Well, do you have any parting shots? Any last things you want to say before we get you up to the screen because it's about to start?
I would say, watch the movie. It's good. It's
It really
cute.
is.
It's
sweet.
fun,
It has a
you
good
guys.
message. It's such a good message. And don't talk to strangers on the internet.
Yeah, that too.
Don't do that.
All right. Well, on that note,
That's it, folks.
Nathan
That's
D.
it.
Myers
We're
is
being
back.
cut off.
It's time to watch the movie.
All right. Well,
Bye.
we are going to end our live feed here in just a moment.
Bye, friends.
We're going to have Christine Battlefield sign us off here.
Oh,
Seen Battlefield.
I know. I just,
Battlefield.
as I said that, I'm like, well, that's not right.
Two identities.
You know, she's just
into
one person.
That's right.
We're going to have Christine here sign us off, or both of you here in a second. But thank you guys so much for joining us. We're very excited about Aria Appleton Shines. I'm sorry? Oh, we're bringing in someone else. Never mind. We've got
wait
one
till
more
you
for you.
meet
This is
her.
like bonus content.
Yeah.
Bonus
You thought we
content.
were great.
Get ready for this.
Get ready.
Oh, there we go.
all right.
Yeah. We're going to
Bye.
bring in a real actress now.
What the heck?
Dang
does
it.
that mean?
You're gonna know we were
I was in the
fake.
movie. I'm an
Hey,
actor.
watch the movie. Look at you. Look at Julie, and I think you'll know what it means.
On that note, I'm leaving. I was
Sick.
disrespected. That's enough.
Sick. Burn. All right.
McKenna is a wonderfully talented actress. And if
McKenna's
she wasn't,
crying.
I would not make. She
crying in
cries
the
all the
corner.
time. It's unrelated. If I did not
Lies,
know her to
people.
be such a brilliant actress, I would not make such a joke as I did.
Sure. Can I give a shout out to a friend who's on the live stream
By
right
all
now?
means, please.
Parker. I love you.
What's up?
All right. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave now.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to be joined one more time, one last guest, with the amazingly talented Julie Rhodes. How are you?
Hello, I'm so good. How are you?
I'm very well.
Is this where I stand?
Well, I'm not sure. Norman, how's she doing? Where do we need her? This is kind of generally where we stand. Look good? Yep. He gave us the non-committal head nod, so I think that means we're in good shape here. Hi, I'm Jason Davidson, one of the writer-producers on the film Aria Appleton Shines. And I'm going to keep doing that. And I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Julie K. Rhodes, and I play Mrs. Griffin in the movie.
Okay. Well, one thing we've been asking people, it's so good to see you.
You too.
It's just, you have these periods when you make these where I see you every day of my life, and then
Yeah.
a year, all these little
Yeah.
gaps. Can you tell us how you came to be a part of Aria Appleton?
Sure. I was in a show at Casa Manana here in Fort Worth, a Christmas show, and I got to know Delightha Myers. We were playing elves together and got to be good friends.
It was guys and dolls.
That's right. And she was like, my husband and I were making a movie. Would love for you to audition. And so I did, and I got it. And it was a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those connections, who you know, and crossing over from theater to film was interesting. But there's so much crossover in this particular movie with the dancing and the
Right.
music and all of that. So,
Right.
so yeah,
Tell us a little bit more about your theater background.
I've been in the theater since I was little, and started professionally about 13, 14 years ago, primarily in the DFW area. And I've done a combination of musical theater and straight plays. And that's probably my first love, and probably will always be.
Yeah.
And, probably my favorite role has been Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Or Irene Malloy in Hello, Dolly.
Right.
I love some of the classics,
Not very many people get to play Mary Poppins, so that's a big get.
Well, it was really an amazing experience. So if I had it my way, I'd go from musical theater to plays and back and
Right.
forth, just alternating.
Yeah.
I love aspects of all performing, really. So
Yeah, we were very excited to get Julie. She's an immensely talented actress, which is why I kind of set you up to talk about your background there, to establish for everybody else.
you're too kind.
No, you deserve this one. You're really good.
Thank you.
Another thing I'm liking to ask, sounded Eastern European there.
Slightly.
Do you have any memories of shooting that really stand out to you, like some favorite moments, not necessarily in the finished product, but like in the process of making it, like behind the scenes memories?
There is this one scene where Mrs. Griffin eats some brownies that
Yeah.
upset her stomach, and I had to keep running down the hallway till I have an emergency in the bathroom. And I just remember being out of breath and doing so many different takes of intestinal trauma, and Nathan coaching me, okay, now it's really bad. Okay, now it's, building, but it's not an emergency yet. Okay, go, pushing the door open and falling into the bathroom. It was just...
Yeah, I think we did a dozen of those.
I know.
I really think we
It's
did.
like, this is a little close to home here. I don't know. Surely my portrayal is accurate, but
Yeah.
yeah.
She is method, so it was a messy day.
Yeah, it was bad. So trying to block that. It was the first time I talked about it in
Okay.
several years.
Yeah.
But, I'm over it, I think.
Look, I like to spread trauma. I think that's
Well-
what we really need to do. You dig the hole, you come out the other side. You don't heal, you just keep digging until you find air somewhere else.
That sounds about right. Yeah, that's what we need right now in this moment, for sure. Please, more trauma.
Now, have you had a chance to see the full film yet?
Not in a few years.
Okay, so you haven't
this'll
seen this
be,
final
Yes, this will
release
be.
cuts.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Excited
that's
to see it. Experience it with new eyes and all of that. It's weird when
Yeah.
you don't remember your lines anymore to then see a thing that you did.
You'll remember them the second.
You think so?
The second, yeah. Because of the editing, I've got a handful more reps than you on this one, but
Right.
when you start rewatching, like the second you see your scenes, you're gonna have every line again.
It's somewhere back in the lizard brain, just kind of comes forward.
Exactly.
It's
Well,
weird.
what I find weird is you watch them and you see it on the screen, but your memory is, three-dimensional five senses of actually
Yes.
shooting it.
Right.
So you don't see what's on the screen, the two-dimensional
Yeah.
image. You kind of flash back into the room. and
Yeah.
everything that went into that moment, and maybe what you're actually thinking or,
Yeah,
or
like
looking at.
your surroundings come back, and yeah, that's so true.
Well, I'm going to let you go in a second, but I have one last little question for you, a little behind-the-scenes thing.
Okay.
There's a scene where a couple of students, older students, put on a very funny play, Hamlet the Musical, a little one-off scene. But we shot half of that scene about a year after we shot the beginning of the scene in Pickups, and you were in the shot a year later.
Okay. Do I remember that?
When it was you sitting in the audience and watching.
Oh, yeah.
them
In
perform
horror.
and reacting.
Uh-huh.
I may have set myself up for failure since you were trying to remember that. But I was going to say, what was it like coming back to the part about a year later, but the character having to be in the same room as action taking place within, you know, a week of film time?
It's one of those things where you just trust the other people and the director and the editor and the light, and say, you know what, if I don't look right, if this feels different to me, that's okay, because it's going to, but it's up to them to make sure that there is cohesion and all of that. And you know, I didn't have a ton of responsibility, I don't think, in that pickup scene, so it wasn't as much pressure as if I had some big emotional arc that I had to finish out, you know. So in that respect, it was okay. But yeah, it's weird. It's like going back to a dream you've had.
Yeah.
It's like a lucid dream.
Yeah.
I've been here before. This is
Yeah.
deja vu. I hope I look okay. I hope, you know, I'm giving a consistent performance here. So
Yeah, one last a quick little BTS note on that. For those who like film and the stories behind it, this scene, the Hamlet the musical, what happened is our three talented actors who plays Debbie, Duke, and Mallory, they were messing around on set, and as a lark for fun, there was this backstory of them, you know, being seniors and working on Hamlet the musical. And so they came up with a scene from Hamlet the musical, and we just sort of shot it for fun, you know, kind of a behind the scenes thing. Let's just let the camera go and give them a take. And it was so funny. When we started editing, we wrote it into the show as an actual like scene taking place in it. And that's where you got a scene about a year after you shot.
I didn't know that. That's
because
neat.
we were adding it in as a pickup. It's like, well, if we're going to put this in because it's too funny not to.
Yeah.
It's so creative that they did it. Well, then the only way we can make the scene make sense is if they're being watched by the theater class. So we've got to get a theater class and Miss Rhodes back
How
in the
funny.
room to shoot the reverse of what's happening, reacting to them having done this performance, which I don't think you ever saw until the actual
No.
screening. You didn't know. We were
Right.
just telling you, like, okay, now look confused.
Right,
Okay, now
right.
look really confused. Now look disappointed.
Yeah,
Now look, we're just prompting you reactions.
Just having to, yes, manufacture emotion.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's a creative process in action.
it is. There is no one way to make a movie.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's those fortunate accidents that kind of put you over the edge sometimes.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Well, congrats.
Well, thank you. And congratulations
excited
to you.
to see
and
it.
You should go watch your screening.
I should.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Is there anything, Miss Professional Actress, that you're working on currently right now?
You know, I was in an episode of Vindication that just came out,
Really?
which was exciting.
I was at a baseball game with the showrunner
Really?
like 3 nights ago. So was Norman.
Oh my gosh, how cool. Well, that was a great experience, and it was neat to see. You know, I was terrified to see my work, but ultimately it was okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't like watching myself on camera.
yeah, it's hard. It's not an easy thing. So yeah, I was really glad to be part of that.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for stepping forward.
Thank you
It's
for
very
having
good to see
me.
you
Lovely
again.
to see you
Yeah, I love
too. Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. Take care.
You can just
want
hand
this
that
back?
to Norman. I think
All
we're
right.
going to go finish up here. Well, we are about to start the screening here about 20 minutes later than we had planned on, which is about 15 minutes quicker than we normally operate. So I feel really good about that. Thank you so much for joining us on the live feed here. I just want to wrap by saying Aria Appleton Shines is really a very special project for all of us involved. The story of how everything came together, the story of what we started with, what we hoped for, and then what Providence blessed us with to continue going and make the project larger and larger and larger. It's really quite something, and the end product of that is a really delightful film that you can watch with anybody. You can enjoy, you can take messages, you can just laugh and have a good time. The music's sticky. It's going to stay in your head for a very, very long time. Trust me on that one. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes, you know, maybe you wish you didn't have an earworm going on. But the pro side of that is it's because the music is really, really nice and sweet. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope that you buy or rent the film as soon as you can. And I've been told, are going to roll for a little bit so that you can kind of see the crowd reacting and enjoying the film on their own. But for the hosted portion of the evening, thank you very much for joining us. Good night.
Was
let's go to Amazon, let's soft launch VOD and rental, and we're going to just go. 60% of content that kids in this demographic get is now on YouTube. You understand that demographic? It's bigger than Disney, it's bigger than Amazon for kids' content. So they're all on YouTube. And so we thought, well, we're going to move towards YouTube. Thanks. And so, this doesn't mean I'm live, does it? Okay. So now I have to be careful about what I'm saying. And no, I'm joking. So needless to say, we decided Amazon was probably the best place to go. It's a risky move on our part, but and we didn't really have the money to buy the marketing, but we said, because all the distributors that wanted to pick it up, they weren't going to pay a penny for marketing. They just wanted it so they could put it on their streamer. Streaming right now, people get in a reasonable situation, you might make $8 per 1,000 views. That's 1,000 theater seats for $8. Okay? That's the equivalent. And that's what streaming is. So streaming is not a place where filmmakers can make any money right now. But VOD and rental are still where we could theoretically recoup. And to him who has, more will be given. And it's already being proven to us because I've had 2 offers in the last 2 weeks from people in that space that are going, hey, man, you remember us? We know that you're launching through Amazon. We'd really like to get you over here on our streamer or really over here. So in 2026, the movie will easily be able to go anywhere in the world on a streamer. And so we're being very cautious and careful about where we put it, when we put it. But the movie is now at Prime Video for VOD and rental. And that's a bit of a miracle getting it there anyway. The day after we decided to do that, and we were like, we don't have the money to market this, but we decided to do it that way. The very next day, the money presented itself to us to buy some marketing. And we went, okay, we get it. This is the right course of action. And so that's why we've ended up here at this time. This is just a celebration to get us all back together, to maybe recapture a little bit of that spirit and energy that was initially part of production. We also knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, more than likely, to get all of you into one room together, maybe for one last big hurrah as we give the movie a push and push it out to sea. In the end of May, we were assuming we'd have a 3-month publication process with Amazon. That's what we thought, because that was average for people publishing through them to publish a feature. The movie went live through publication in 10 days from publication, which is interesting because I told Delitha, I said, we're not going to have to wait 3 to 6 months. I said, we're going to plan this summer party. We are going live sooner than, it's not going to happen that way. We're going live soon. I can feel it. I know it. And 10 days later, we were live on Amazon. And she came up the next day. She was like, we're live. And she went to Prime and pulled it up, and I went, oh. It's like, we are out to sea. It's as if you looked back and the boat had been cut from shore, and we were like, well, here we go. So we hope and pray that you guys, and I know that you guys have had immense trust in us from day one. I hope that you guys will continue that trust, just to know we pray about every step of this. It's been pretty miserable getting it out to this point for us. Lots of waiting, lots of excruciating waiting, and several disappointments, long conversations with distributors that turned into nothing. And so we appreciate your trust at this point and your patience getting it to this point. So I wanted to give you that little history so you can understand it took us 10 years to get to right here. When we went to ICVM, we were nominated for Best Picture with Sound of Freedom, the Jim Caviezel movie that you guys may be aware of, and Jesus Revolution. So we were right there with those guys, and Sound of Freedom took 10 years, and they had millions of dollars to do what they did, and several big stars. We didn't have any of that, and so it was as if we had this little God wink, like, if it takes Jim Caviezel and these guys 10 years to get a movie like this out, you can suffer 10 years. doing what you've done too. So I just want you to have that little bit of history. When you look at this, you can appreciate it was done on a small shoestring budget, 5 loaves and 2 fish, and it's now out for multiplication. So I'm so thankful you're here, and I hope you enjoy this. It's fun, it's campy, it's ridiculous, and I hope though that it will inspire in you some thoughtful appreciation about life and how life goes, and what motivates you, and where you spend your time and who you spend it with, and how you use technology, and how you engage with your own family and the relationships that you have in your family. I hope that it'll inspire some conversation. So, and I hope that you guys will continue to push it, promote it, with the realization that it's just us. And so if you can get out there and give it a push in your social media, we would greatly appreciate it. Without further ado, we're going to watch this movie. And so we're going to start. We do have an audience cam on here, and we're going to be showing just the first couple of minutes of the movie here live on YouTube. And then we're going to go dark, YouTube. I'm so sorry. But you'll have to go to Amazon Prime Video, go to Prime Video and go check it out, and rent it or VOD it if you want to know why we have quilts hanging in the background, or why these people are laughing and enjoying this movie. So here we go. Everybody sit back, grab your popcorn. The movie has just started here, and we hope you will go check it out at Prime Video for rental, VOD. Thanks for being here with us live on YouTube and tuning in. Follow us at Grafted Studios on YouTube, like, subscribe, and then visit all the other content that we've already shared with you there. And then just sit back, watch our social media. We're at Aria Appleton in multiple places, at Instagram, Blue Sky, Facebook, and we'd love to have you along for the ride. And then once you've watched the movie, please come give us some feedback, give us some reviews, let us know what you think. Thanks for being here, and thanks for watching us here live at Grafted Studios on YouTube.
Just come and tell me when to turn it off.
Aria Appleton on the map.
Okay.
Welcome to the musical auditions at Wheeler Indigo Fine Arts Academy. This is the audition that will finally put me, Aria Appleton, on the map. See? Told you. My blog wasn't very popular yet, but once I was the lead in the school musical, all of that would change. Since it was such an important moment, I made sure to capture it on video. Understudy. I'm really nervous. You should be. You know that female wolf spiders eat their own young? Wait, what? So, you think you'll be cat? Oh, sure, my arms. I'm going to be the lead. Next. We were going to be the first school to perform the new musical, A Comet's Tale.
I wish they would do my favorite musical, Vivian's Rainbow. It's about a leprechaun.
Yeah, he actually bored himself to sleep. The play was so important, Mrs. Griffin even asked Mallory Mack to help with the auditions. Yes, that Mallory Mack. We'll come back to her later. Next! Everyone else was nervous about the auditions, but not me. I'm Aria Appleton, and in my universe, I shine like the sun. Whenever you're ready, Aria.